in Jesus' name. A simple word that I want to give you out of the book of Acts. I started this conversation with you last time I was here, and I'll see if I can end this conversation on this time. Not that any of you probably don't remember or not, but it doesn't matter. But I know how to remind you what we talked about. Acts the 16th chapter, and it would be the 26th verse. Thank you, my sister in the back who would help us with scriptures. Acts the 16th chapter, it would be 26th verse. That's my son over there on the drum, Patrick the second. Grateful for him. God has blessed him to be able to do the things that he do. And the church say suddenly. Okay, I need you to catch this, because this is where we living in now. We're living in sudden times. We're living in times that anything that's going to happen, I'm going to see if I can get 5 people to catch this. If anything is going to happen, it needs to happen now. I heard a witness or 2 over there, but I'll try it again. Because of the times that we're living in, if we need God to do something for us, we need it to happen now. All of the catastrophes and the troubles that experiencing in our world, years ago you had time to wait. You don't have time to wait now. Whatever I need God to do for me, I need it now. Somebody just say, God, I need you to move now. So suddenly there was a great earthquake. Something had to happen, so that the foundation of the prison were shaken. Here's another word for you: immediately. Lord, I wish I had those 5 folk to stay with me today. Immediately. I need 2 words that happen in my life so far. I need a suddenly and I need something immediately. Who am I talking to in here that need God to do suddenly? Thank you, my brother. And you need it immediately. I'm almost done. I'm about to do an altar call in a minute. I'm almost done. Just so you can see this. So y'all trying to wait for all that in between, you're going to miss it. You need to understand, because immediately all the doors were open. Let me say it again. All the doors was open. Prophetically, this is a prophetic church. My brother's prophetic. Your praise and worship leader, she's prophetic. These musicians are prophetic. This is a prophetic atmosphere. So let's be prophetic today. And I need somebody to say prophetically, every door is opening in my family. Only got 1, 2, 3, 4 prophets in here. That's all. I thought I had more prophets. Well, see, the fact that I can understand if you don't need a door to open for you, then I get it, for real. If you don't need God to do something for you, I get it. If you want to stay in prison and be bound and chained up and stay in that kind of, I get it. But this is a prophetic utterance that we're doing today, which means the Lord is telling those who are ready to receive prophetic and will speak it out of your own mouth that suddenly, immediately, God is getting ready to open doors for you and your family. Now, who can go off in a praise right Let me tell you something. God is about advancement. He's about advancement. He's not about you sitting in the corner somewhere. He's not about you being bound in prison. He's not about you being shackled down. God is about movement. Somebody say this about moving. It's about movement. It's about going from one place to another place. Here's another word. God is about progression. You should not be in this year. You should not be in the same place this year that you were last year spiritually. Oh, no, you shouldn't be. You should know more scriptures this year than you knew last year. You should have a better prayer life this year than you had last year. Now, if you're good where you are, if you're glad where you are, then don't get mad at everybody else around you because you see improvement, advancement, you see movement, and every time you see them, they're always talking about what God is doing in their life. And then you sit there saying, well, they act like they all that. They act like they got this. They act like because they doing this and doing that. So what? So what? They just so flashy and always got to talk about what. Listen, what do you think I'm going to talk about? I shall live and declare the works of the Lord in the land of the living. Look at somebody real quick and tell them God's been too good for me to shut my mouth. I said I wasn't going to tell nobody, but I just couldn't keep it to myself. Interesting because I'm almost done with this. You got to understand that, first of all, God is about advancement. He's about progression. He's about moving forward because you were created in the image and the likeness of your God. And your God is a moving God. Your God is a progressing God. He never intended for there to be a temple for him to be worshiped in. Remember Old Testament, he led the people by a pillar of fire, come on somebody, and a cloud by night. He led them in the wilderness and had them to pitch tents. The reason why they pitch tents is because they can pull them up at any given time and start moving. When the clouds start moving, you better move. Lord, I wish I had a witness in here. I don't care what you were trying to do where you are. God says, don't get used to where you are today, because today I'm going to do something suddenly. And it's going to happen immediately. He didn't say it like this for those who will catch this prophetic word. He didn't say door was going to open. He said what? He put an S on it. Doors. Doors are going to open. Multiple doors are going to happen. Can I tell somebody that to jump up and start praising God that he's giving you multiple streams of income? You're going to be able to make money. Did y'all hear what I just said? I want you to say multiple streams of income is coming into my house. Oh, shucks, y'all didn't say it like you believe it. I said, say it in this atmosphere. Multiple streams of income is coming into my house. Let me try it like this. Wealth and riches is in my house. Can somebody say it like that? Wealth and riches is in my house. I'll never be broke another day in my life. I will always have more than enough. How? Glory to God. Oh, this is interesting because when you understand how you were created, you need to act like who you've been created to be like. I need you to catch this right there. I don't know if this is going to throw somebody off. I might not be God, big G, but I'm small G God, which means I can talk like him, act like him. I got God living on the side of me. Oh, yeah, I've got him inside, and just how he operates, I should do the same thing. Because I'm going to tell you this, you probably never heard nothing crazy like this before, but everything has ears. Not just human beings, but abstract items have ears. How in the world can you speak those things that be not as though they were if it's not a human being there to present it? Well, if that don't make sense, I'll say it like this. Anytime God wanted something, he didn't talk to a human being. He didn't even talk to himself. He spoke to what? He spoke to it. Okay, it still don't make sense. Let me say it like this. When God wanted fish, he didn't create fish. He spoke to the waters that was holding the fish, that had the potential of producing fish, and said, loose it and let it go. Y'all still didn't catch this. When he wanted birds and fowls of the air, he didn't create birds and fowls of the air. He spoke to the heavens and told the heavens to release the potential, to give me birds and fowls of the air. What I'm trying to tell you is everything you need has ears. That means if it has ears, somebody needs to do some talking. I got 2 or 3 witnesses right there. He said, let me see if I can make it make sense like this. They said, Jesus, I noticed that every time you go into the mountain to pray, in Luke the 11th chapter says that every time they go to the mountain to pray, Jesus comes back and he does all these wonderful things. And so they said, Lord, teach us to pray like John has taught his disciples. You know what Jesus said to them? He said, when you pray, say. That's it right there. Right there. See, y'all worried about everything else that is to come, but you're not focusing on say. You know the reason why? Because you're crying too much. You're whining too much. Oh, Lord have mercy. You in the corner somewhere, don't want to be bothered by anybody too much. You ain't saying nothing. All you're doing is crying about nobody know the trouble I see. Nobody know. Don't nobody care about the trouble you see. I'm climbing up the rough side of the mountain. Didn't nobody tell you to climb no mountain. He said to say to the mountain. Lord, I wish I had some Bible readers in here. Say unto the mountain to go yonder, be thou removed and be cast in the midst of the sea. You know how powerful that is? That you're talking to a mountain which is a fixed object that cannot be moved unless you destroy it with dynamite. You got so much power with your tongue that you could speak to the mountain and tell it to go yonder. Well, my grandmother would always say, get out of my face and go yonder. And I used to tell Grandma, where is yonder? I don't want to get hit. You saying, go yonder, where is yonder? She said, yonder is any place in this house but out of my face. Lord have mercy. That's how you need to be able to talk to your enemies. You gotta say, ain't no place in this space. Can I get somebody to claim your space and say, there's no place for the enemy in this space? When you pray, you need to say. Let me see if you can catch this, PJ. Open your mouth and say, yes, Lord. You must have played for me before. And it's interesting because open your mouth and say. Then he tells us in Matthew the 7th chapter, ask and it shall be given. Y'all know the scripture will help me out. Ask and it shall be given. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and the door shall be open. Here it is. For everyone, let the church say everyone. For everyone that asks receives. Let the church say everyone. Everyone that seeks will find it. Let the church say everyone. Everyone that knocks, the door shall be open, but it starts with asking. You want something to change in your life? Open your mouth and say something. Closed mouths don't get fed. You need to open your mouth and say something, because when you deal with asking, you have to use articulation. And I've been teaching people this across the world. Open your mouth, articulate your words. Think about having a baby. Baby crying, what's wrong with you? No, I need you to tell me what's wrong with you. I need you to tell me, open your mouth and tell me what's wrong with you. Otherwise, I can't help you. Can y'all see God saying the same thing? He said, well, he knows what I'm crying for. God knows what's going on in my life. He should do something about it. God can be felt, or he can feel, he can be touched by the feelings. You know the difference what that is? That just means he can be touched, but not moved. There's a difference between him feeling bad for you and wanting to do something for you. So he's waiting for you to move him from feeling good, feeling bad to moving me to do something like this. Y'all ready for this? I need you to go to Sunday school on this. Roll away the stones. Look at somebody tell me, that's another door opening for you. He says, roll away the stones. He opens his mouth and says, Lazarus, come forth. When Lazarus comes forth, he then says another word, loose him and let him go. I need 10 of y'all that need something to be loosed in your life to jump to your feet like these folk here and say, loose my blessing and let it go. You know what? For y'all that's standing, I'm not going to even be generic like that. You know what you need to be loosed in your life. This time, I want you to say, loose it and let whatever it is. I don't know if it's healing. I don't know if it's a career, a new job, whatever it is, or family members. I want you to fill in that blank. Y'all ready? Go ahead and say, loose it and let what go? Say it, say it. Now I want you to say, I got it just like that. I think I'm going to start around B flat, but I need you to check this. Oh, I just felt something sweep across here. Yeah. I just felt something sweep across here. I just felt a wave come in this house, and this is not a feel-good wave. I just felt something sweep over this house because God is hearing what you're saying. The devil is getting terrified and horrified, but God is getting ready to make your prayers come to pass. I said, God is getting ready to make your prayers come to pass. And you know when it's going to happen? Suddenly. Can y'all see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? No, this ain't for me. Can you see? Let me tell you what's so powerful about your brain. Watch this, catch this right here. I can go to Dubai if you've never been. I can describe what's going on in Dubai, and because of your imagination, your vivid, your colorful imagination, you can think about yourself being in Dubai and you still over here in Dayton, Ohio. I can tell you how blue the water is, you can see it. I can tell you how cold or how warm the temperature is, you can feel it. Are you catching me? I can tell you how beautiful the towers and the houses and the hotels are, and you can literally see yourself there. I need you to use that same energy, and I need you to see that door that you're needing God to open for you immediately and suddenly. I need you to visualize that door opening for you right now. Oh. Do you see? I said, do you see? Uh-oh. I hear something. I don't know who's going to scream back on me on this, but I heard him say something. Because of what you just said and what you just saw, I hear this word. I don't know who it's for, but the word is access. I said the word is access. Because that's what doors do. Doors gives you access. I can't go, Lord, I like that. I can't go until the door gives me access. All right? Y'all ready for this? Now you've asked him. Your praise is your knocking. Y'all catch what I just said? And here it is. I don't know if we should dance right here or not, but here it is right here. Because I asked him, he put me in front of the door. Woo! Because I asked him, he put me in front of the door. My praises go knock the door open. Look at somebody tell me, I ain't turning no knobs on this one. All this corona out here, I ain't touching nothing. I'm going to stand at the door. I'm at the door. The only thing left to happen now is for the door to open. How do I get the door to open? First of all, you at this door, and there are so many types of doors. Some of y'all, I don't know who's going to catch this, but if it's you, say, oh my God, it's me, are in revolving doors. Let me go back up here. Some of y'all thinking about this. You're in revolving doors. You know what revolving doors does? Huh? All it does is keep you going around. Come around. You just going around and round and round. 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, when all you had to do, I heard somebody say, somebody said that, what you say? All you had to do is just step out. What? Why? Y'all remember this? So some people in revolving doors, but there are some of you that are standing in front of the door that you got to push open. Look at somebody and tell that means pray until something happens. Push, y'all missed that. Y'all pray until something happens. It's the push the door. And then there's some doors you have to pull open. Oh, y'all catch it? You gotta pull her all night or sometimes. Sometimes you don't feel like it, but you gotta pull on it. Sometimes you're tired and you've been struggling and wrestling all the night and still didn't catch nothing. But Peter said, at thy word, no matter how long I've been struggling, at thy word, no matter how long I've been going without, at thy word, I'm going to pull the net. I just saw something. Y'all still back there to show me something in Luke, the 5th chapter. You saw. I'm just going to do this and we're going to leave, or we're going to fly a kite. We're going to do something. I just need you to look at Luke, the 5th chapter and the 5th verse, because I need y'all to see something here, because I'm trying to get you hooked up. I need you to give somebody a high five and tell them the bishop is trying to hook us up. We're going to church up out of here. Look at Luke, the 5th chapter and the 5th verse. It is, oh, I like the way they did it. Give somebody else a high five and tell them the bishop is hooking us up today. Now, you have to have been in Sunday school. Now, to make it make sense, you might have to look at the 3rd verse and remember the 5th verse. I'm sorry I have to work you just a little bit, but it's got to make sense. I want you to see this. Luke, the 5th and the, okay. Go to the 4th verse. All right. Here it is. Here it is right here. Then we're going to read the 5th verse. Look at what the scripture says. I want everybody to read this. Wherever monitor you can see. Look, read it. Now when... Y'all see this word? Y'all see this word? Y'all see this word? Did y'all see this word? The reason why Jesus told them to let down their nets is because the previous verse says he saw them washing out their nets. So watch this. Jesus already knew what he had. Go to the 5th verse. Here it is. For those of you that like this kind of teaching, watch this. He says, and come on, read it. And so, Master. What is wrong with this word? What is wrong with this picture? He said, we've wrestled, we've toiled all the night, but we caught nothing. But because of what you said, catch this, mother, I would let down. That ain't what I said. That's not what I said. I said next. You know what? Jesus didn't argue. I don't know who's going to catch this. Jesus didn't argue. He just went on and let him go with it. Because what he didn't understand was the 6th verse. This is what Peter did not understand. Y'all ready for this? And I don't know, I'm going to have to go to C# on this. And they had done this. They had enclosed okay, catch this. He told them to let down the nets because he knew he was going to catch some fishes. Peter didn't know, but Jesus knew what was getting ready to happen after you do what I just told you to do. Peter had no clue that he was getting ready to catch the biggest catch of his life. So instead of doing it Jesus' way, he did it his own way. Now, how many of y'all act just like that? You do stuff your own way and you miss a multitude of fishes. Multitude and fishes are two different things, because multitude means a big quantity. Fishes is all different types. Let me rewind it. Multitude is a great quantity of. Fishes is all different types. Kroger, snapper, red, cat. Just go on, or whatever it was. Just go on and on. He could have had everything he ever desired if he would have did what he was told him to do. And here it is right here. And what's this word? Y'all catch this? That means, here it is, I'm done. If he'd have did what Jesus told him to do, his net wouldn't have broke. He would have had enough to catch everything he was looking for. But because you stuck on yourself, now we're back at the door. And we're about to catch the biggest catch of our life. And all you need to do is what Jesus said to do, was to launch out, drop your net, and catch the biggest catch of your life. We ain't got no nets in here today. We don't have a lake in here today. But we got our mouth, and all I'm trying to tell somebody is to open your mouth and ask God what you want. Open your mouth and speak what you want God to do. I said, open your mouth and tell God what you need. And when you at the door, knocking on the door is your praise. But you need to have a spirit like Walmart. There's some of y'all sitting in the car and you're watching people go in and out, and you saying, why I can't come out with nothing? It's because you're sitting in your car watching everybody else get everything they want, when all you need to do is get out of the car. Lord have mercy. Tell somebody all you need to do is get out of the car. And when you get out of the car, you can't stand there and look at the door. You need to put one foot in front of the other foot, because the closer you get to the door would automatically. I got a witness right there. Yeah, Lord. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, and say, neighbor. You can sit here Come on, you can sit here, but I'm getting out of my seat. I'm getting on my feet, and I'm about to walk it out, shout it out, sing it out. I'm on my way. I'm on my way to open doors. Open doors. Now walk like they doing and say, thank God for open doors. Thank God for open doors. Thank God for open doors. Thank God. Miracle signs and wonder. Doors about to open for me and my family. Yeah. I said doors about to open for me and my family. Everything I ever asked God for is going to happen suddenly, immediately. Doors are about to open. Who can get happy that today will be the best day of your entire life? Who can get happy that right now I'm receiving everything? Everything God said I could have. Say it. Say it. Say it. Open your mouth and say yes, Lord. Open your mouth and say yes, Lord. Open your